party. Now, surely as a business minister, even despite the fact that the government was understandably in a rush, that's not acceptable, is it? People were put to the top of the list if they were friends with people in power.
That is not remotely how my understanding from the inside was of the process.
So the National Audit Office is wrong?
No, I mean, they said lots of things. They also said that the government was successful in delivering unprecedented quantities of PPE to the front line. And that was in the report which I looked at this morning. So lots of things have been said in the report. We're considering its findings, as is often the case, as is customary. And we want to try and improve our delivery.
How do you think it looks to the public, that money, particularly that £21 million of UK taxpayer money going to the American jewellery designer via a Spanish businessman?
So I don't know about the details of that particular story. I mean, I've read lots of different stories. The public is rightly concerned, as is the government, about taxpayers' money, and that's something that we're particularly vigilant about.
Right. I mean, Steve, would you have done anything differently if you imagine you'd been in government back in March when there was, to quote Kwasi Kwarteng, a scrabble for PPE equipment and it was desperately needed? Wouldn't you have tried to fast-track as many contracts as possible from companies that were recommended to you?
I can't believe Kwasi can believe what he just said, if I'm honest with you, because there is absolutely a need to go at speed, but going at speed doesn't mean showering public money over friends of Conservative Party politicians as if it's confetti. So £10 billion of public money was spent with no due process, no competitive tendering whatsoever, and 500 potential suppliers were put on the priority list for preferential treatment because they had connections with Conservative Party politicians. Now, if you follow that road to its logical conclusion, it leads you to corruption. Now, it's absolutely not acceptable that there should be no regard whatsoever for public procurement rules. But under this Prime Minister, I'm afraid there's a pattern of behaviour, because when he was the Mayor of London, we all remember the Garden Bridge, £50 million spent on a bridge that never existed, bypassing public procurement rules, and he's showing exactly the same cavalier attitude towards public money from number 10 Downing Street, but this time it's billions.